Silence. Well, silence in the classroom makes most trainers uncomfortable. When the room goes quiet, we assume that something is wrong, that the learners are disengaged, confused, or uninterested. And in that moment, many facilitators panic. They rush to explain more, fill the gap, or move on. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Silent isn't the problem. Misreading it is. So I came to you today with 4 different types of silence in learning environments, and only one of them signals real trouble. By the end of this episode, you'll be able to diagnose silence in real time and know exactly when to leave it alone and when to intervene. First, we need to change how we think about silence altogether. Silence isn't a failure in facilitation, it's information. In learning psychology, silence often signals internal processing, emotional safety, or cognitive overload. And the problem here is that many trainers treat silence as something to eliminate instead of something to interpret. And when you misinterpret silence, you often interrupt learning at the exact moment it's happening. So there are 4 types of silence you will encounter in training most probably. Let's walk through each one and what it actually means. First, processing silence. This is the most misunderstood type. Processing silence happens when learners are thinking, connecting ideas, or replaying examples, or formatting an answer. From the outside, it looks like nothing is happening, but internally, cognitive work is underway. When facilitators interrupt this silence too quickly, they replace thinking with listening. And the moment learners realize you will answer them, well, they stop trying. Processing silence is not empty time, it's cognitive effort. Next, psychologically safety silence. Sometimes learners know the answer, but don't feel safe saying it. This type of silence is shaped by fear of being wrong, fear of judgment, group dynamics. Research on psychological safety shows that people speak up when they believe it's safe to do so. When safety is missing, silence becomes protective. In these moments, adding more content won't help. This issue isn't knowledge, it is trust. The next type of silence is where most sessions quietly start to fail. Cognitive overload silence. This type of silence happens when the brain receives too much input. Learners are thinking, they are stalled. The mind has temporarily shut down processing because working memory is overloaded, and you will often see blank expressions, minimal responses, delayed reactions. And in this case, silent isn't resistance, it's a signal to slow down, not to push harder. Next one, disengaged silence. And this is the one to watch for. Disengagement silence happens when learners have mentally exited. There's no processing, no tension, no curiosity. Energy drops and attention drifts. This silence requires intervention, but not explanation. It requires engagement. Most facilitators react to silence emotionally. They feel exposed or uncertain. They feel responsible for filling the space. But silence isn't emotional feedback, it's a diagnostic data. So here's the shift great facilitators make. They stop asking, "Why is no one talking?" and start asking, "What kind of silence is this?" Because each type requires different response. Processing silence means protect it. Safety silence means normalize risk. Overload silence means reducing input. For disengagement silence, you need to change the state. The moment you diagnose silence correctly, you will stop reacting and start facilitating with precision. Silence isn't something to fear in the classroom. It is something to listen to. And the best facilitators don't fill every quiet moment. They know when silence is doing the learning for them. So in your next session, don't rush to break silence. Sit with it for a few seconds longer than feels comfortable and observe what actually is happening. You will learn more about your learners in that moment than you will from any slide. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.